Hey guys, so I'm going to be offering some feedback about the work that I see that's been done here. So let me see actually if I can move this up. I think you guys can see there. Okay. So here's a few things, 7 things actually that I want you guys to keep in mind. First of all, I really hate the wide lenses. I think wide lenses are very useful, but not for portraits. So my suggestion is leave the 16 millimeters at home. Never ever use them for portraits. The reason is this. This is what's happening when you use a 16 millimeter lens. The lines are not straight, huge distortions. You're getting all kinds of trash that's around the couple. All these bags right here, the chairs right here, and the subject is this. If this is my subject, then I want to concentrate on that. I don't want to get these bags here. I don't want to get these chairs here. I mean, it's my subject. I want to, get a close-up of them, a full body shot of them, but nothing else. So that's my suggestion. Leave the 16 millimeters at home because it's a disaster. Look, this lens. It's an absolutely disaster. That lens, it's one of the worst that wide angle lenses. It's simply the worst lens that we can use for portraits. So to ever use a 16 millimeter lens or 20 or 24 millimeter lens for portraits. My suggestion is if you do have to use a wide angle lens, then use a 35 millimeters, a 35 millimeter lens to do some portraits. But then in most cases, what I want you guys to do is I want you to use the 15 millimeter lens. Now, when you use the 50 millimeter lens, you're going to need some space, but you will have to walk around. You will need to make some space. You will need to move a few things. But when you use the 50 millimeter lens or any lens that's higher than 50 millimeter, you will notice a huge difference in your job, a really big difference in the job. And I think you're going to be extremely happy with the way the portraits look and everything. So that's one thing. So never use the 16 millimeters. If you have to use a wide angle, okay, then use a 35. That's the widest that you can go with portraits. But my suggestion is, as in here in the number 3, use the majority of the time the 50 millimeter lens for portraits, or if you can, or even a higher millimeter lens. Okay, whenever you're shooting, I need you to get this. 3 good pictures, but I mean good pictures of each subject. Make sure that the eyes are not closed, make sure that everyone's looking at the camera. That's what I mean, good pictures. So I need a full body shot, I need a 2/3, and I need a close-up. Now let me show you here. So here, this is a picture. Extremely annoying because obviously it's using a wide angle lens, and I'm getting these people who do not belong to this picture. I'm getting these pole right here that does not belong to the picture, and the picture has to be as a portrait, like going up. That's called vertical, right, instead of a landscape. Because simply if you did that way, you will avoid all this trash right here to the left and all these distractions here on the right. So you got to be very careful when you shoot. Here I'm saying keep lines straight, a must, and you gotta do it. You can't have something like this. You can't have these lines right there. You got to be very aware of shooting, or the subject when you're shooting. Look, this same thing. You have to reposition yourself in such a way that the lines are straight, and then you can shoot. Let's see, another one right here. You see? Now, obviously, people are going to tell me, "Oh, but you can crop." Yeah, I can crop, but I don't need to when when you can do that on the camera itself. Okay, here's one great thing. So find the best background in a place and shoot towards that side 90% of the time. So let's see. Let's have a picture right here. Absolutely a terrible background. Why? It's dark, too much distractions, there's nothing going on there. So you never ever want to shoot towards that side. However, if you take a look, here's another good background right here. There's some lighting. When you put a subject towards that side, it's going to be beautiful lit, and it's going to look better. Now you use a 50 millimeter lens or an 85 millimeter lens and shoot towards that side, towards this side, you're going to get an amazing portrait. I mean, try it. You will see how huge the difference is. And again, be aware of your background. That's an absolutely terrible background. This is a great background. And this is amazing, like really awesome background to shoot. So when you get to a location, you need to find first the background, and you gotta have to tell, well, I have to accommodate my lights, and whenever I'm going to photograph a couple, a family, a group, or a single person, I'm going to have that person in front of this background, and I'm going to shoot towards that side. That's what it is. Now 7 here, be aware what is in the picture. Okay, so again, especially when it comes to using a wide angle lens. Let's see, what is this here? For example, you see all the bags right here. I mean, like, how if I do not include this, do you think the picture is going to look better or worse? It will look better. So if I don't need that in the first time, then I don't need to see that in my pictures. Be aware of what's in the picture. Again, do I need this post to be in the picture? Do you think this post is helping me? No way, right? Absolutely no way. Again, people can tell me, Tino, but you can crop the picture. Yeah, I can do that, but I still have distortions because it's wide angle lens and the whole thing. So I don't need this. I do not need that. Again, I don't need this. I mean, this is absolutely terrible. I do not need this. I do not ever want a picture shot with a 16mm lens. All right, guys, I gotta finish there because it's being long. But I hope that this was some useful feedback for you guys.